Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We are pleased to be joined by Camden Markham of Houghton Boys Hockey. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, of course. We talked to his dad, of course, who's also the head coach, Corey Markham. Um, this has been a pretty good year for not just the team, but for you as well. Overall, this is probably a big year for you guys.
Yeah, we started off super strong, like 12 and 0. I think this is the longest my dad's gone undefeated in a season. So we're just hoping to keep it going.
Yeah, what is it? Just, I mean, it's like there's always something that contributes to this. It's just like, yeah, the team's really good, everyone's playing together, but what really is it?
So obviously, like, yeah, we have a lot of skill, but I think like our team chemistry is really good. Like pretty everybody gets along with each other, and practices are really fun. Like going out there playing against, competing hard in practice, and just kind of goes into the games and works well.
Yeah, just just kind of explain what it's like to just grow up around this team. And I know how much your dad's put into this program and all that. Just overall, what's it like to now finally just be a part of it, be a part of something you've always wanted to be a part of?
Yeah, exactly. So like when I was young, I just looked up I looked up to all the hockey players so much. Like pretty much they were my idols. So now getting the chance to for little kids to look up to me and look up to the other boys on the team, it's amazing.
Yeah, just really kind of talk about, like, let me ask you this. You've grown up in the Upper Peninsula for all of your life. What
Yeah.
just for somebody that for someone, just describe what that means. Like, what is that? What's that like to just grow up in the UP?
I love it. It's like super small town, so everybody knows everybody, and I like the like availability. So pretty much all the kids or a lot of our best players in hockey, like we'll play three sports up here because schools are so small. So like I play quarterback for a football team and I play golf after hockey. But in the Upper Peninsula, pretty much like especially Houghton, Hancock, and Calumet, Hancock's or hockey's the main thing. So in hockey season, really, if your team's doing good, everybody's hearing about it. And you go into town, you go to the grocery store, and people are saying good things about you, and it's awesome.
Okay, so you're the quarterback of the football team.
Yeah.
That was like, just experience that. Kind of going back, with you playing three sports, and I'm going to kind of go all over the board. What was that? What was that like to just experience? Playing out there and playing out there and just having fun out there, slinging the ball around.
It was awesome. And so our assistant coach, Micah Stipich, he is our football coach. So like getting to play with your friends, pretty much my best friend, Gavrick Carlson, he plays on my line in hockey. He plays football and he's ridiculously good at football too. And but it's just been so fun. Like we grew up playing both sports, and then obviously hockey was my main sport, but it's so fun, especially up here, getting to play in the football games too. We have Copper Bowl versus Hancock, which is always just super fun. Like both towns are decorated, and it's a big rivalry matchup.
Yeah. Um, Let me ask you this. I know that, of course, your dad's also the golf coach as well. How did you get into golf?
Pretty much him. Um, like when I was younger, I can't even remember how young I was, but we have like old VHS tapes of me with like little plastic clubs, just swinging them around in the front yard and everything. So I've kind of just loved it. But I also played baseball growing up. So when I hit high school, I had to decide between baseball and golf, and I chose golf.
Well, it also helps that your dad coaches golf at the school as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah. Also, VHS tapes. Where do we find those?
I
Um,
know.
the few and far between. Um, so let's get to hockey for a second. Yeah, I talked with your dad yesterday about this, and he was telling me about all of the teams that have come up here that want to play you guys. Because usually it's like when of course when coaches do all the scheduling and trying to find all the events and all that. I think he just walked by. That was pretty cool. Um, to talk about all of these things, all these teams that come up here. Heartland was just up here. Brighton's coming up here. Novi will come up here. Granville, Brother Rice. What's it like to just have all these teams come up?
It's great. Because just getting to play teams from down there, so it's not just playing the same teams up here over and over again. And usually the teams down there have a little bit more skill, so it's super fun to get a chance to play those teams too.
Yeah, for sure. So so going into that and just got a big game this weekend against Brighton, and Brighton's a solid team. They're coming off a few games
Yeah,
against Stevenson and a big win against Howell, but unlike you guys, they haven't played in a while. So what's that
yeah,
going
exactly. I think we got to jump on them like right from the start. Just their legs, and with the D is small, so they're not going to really be able to handle our forward check. I don't think so. We got to get on them right away, and like they have a really good first line too, from everything I've heard. So it should be a really good matchup tomorrow.
how do you prepare for a hockey game? Is there like obviously with technology and film and all that stuff, like what do you specifically look for in like film sessions to like this is what I need to do to kind of you know get the puck in the net?
Yeah, so we have our film on Huddle, and every after every game, my dad will post a film, and then all three coaches will like make marks on the or little notes for everything that we do wrong or we do good. So you can pretty much click through and watch yourself, watch your every shift, and click on the notes that say what you did, and so that you can improve on your game.
Yeah, for sure. Like, what are some of the things that you did this year that may you didn't do, and what would now that you're better at?
Um, could you repeat that question one?
Okay, so what were some of the things that you had to work on this year that you're that
Um, my defensive zone, like coverage and wanting to really get in the dirty areas and fight for those pucks that are in the D zone. And then because everything in the D zone creates the offense coming out. So I definitely had to work on that. And I think my game's gotten a lot better in that side of the ice.
yeah yeah, I know that you guys are in Division 3 and all that stuff, and there's a lot of talented teams there, and of course with the MHSA shuffling the divisions around again, it's going to create a lot. But a lot of people are saying that you're pretty high up there for a state title. I don't want to put all the hypotheticals up there, but what would it mean? Because obviously we've seen Calumet do it, we've seen Hancock do it so many times. Houghton's done it. It's been a while since you guys have done it, but ultimately, what would it mean for you, for this team, for your dad, and for everybody, and for the community, really?
Exactly, like it would mean everything. Um, when I was in eighth grade, they were in the state championship and they lost.
I think I
And I
was
remember telling them like, yeah, I remember telling them I was like, I promise, by the time I'm a senior, we're gonna win you one. And so this is the year to do it. And there's talks that he might be done after this year. So to send him off with a state championship, that'd be some of the like one of the best things that could ever happen. And the town would like so much support would come from the town, and like even Hancock and Cal, like they'd be rooting for us just so it'd be an awesome thing.
all right. And then also kind of just going through that, going through these next few games. What do you want to see out of your team, and also what do you want to see out of yourself to help your team win?
Pretty much just keep doing what we're doing. Our first line has been scoring a lot, so we need to get some contribution from the second and third line, and I think if we do that, we're going to be really good. And but I think we got to focus defensively a little bit, especially against Brighton, since they're really high end skill, their whole team. So we're gonna have to focus on the defensive side of the puck tomorrow, especially, and that's my probably biggest thing that I need to do this weekend is focus defensively, and then again, it'll lead to offense for me. And playing with the two people I play with, like it's awesome because I get open and they find me, and when they're open, I find them. So we have great chemistry, our first line, so it's awesome.
For sure. Um, okay, so let's get to know you a little bit, Camden. How about that?
Sounds good.
Let's see. What's your go-to place for food?
Um, Up here, probably the Ambassador. It's a pizza place.
Okay. I, I gotta one of the things I've lived in Michigan my whole life. I gotta get up to the UP one time. I've got to.
Yeah,
Um,
but yeah,
it's the I've learned it's the local pizza joints that are the best.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
Um,
that's a big one. Like everybody up here loves that Ambassador.
um, favorite player that you like growing up.
Pavel Datsuk,
Okay.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. He was my favorite to watch.
Um, best game that you've been a part of.
Um, Last year in the Holiday Classic, the tournament at the SEC, that was probably the most fun game I've ever been in. We were playing Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and we were down 6-2 going into the third period, and we came back and won 7-6 in overtime.
Um, okay, so what on a scale of 1 to 10, how well are you at replying to text messages?
Um, Depends. I'm pretty good. I'd probably give myself an 8.
Okay. Um, okay, so here's the most important one. What is something people might not know about you?
Um, oh, this is a hard one. I love Marvel, like all
Marvel.
superhero stuff, and yeah,
Yeah,
love all of that.
that's some good stuff. They've got some good movies too.
They do, yeah.
That's some good stuff. All right. Well, Camden, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck the rest of the season, and hope to see you down at USA.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.